Just before I begin today's episode, I'd just like to ask a massive favour from you guys. My friend Scott is trying to win the Motor TV presenting competition, as his lifelong dream has been to commentate. I believe he's got the talent to go far, and obviously we go back several years. So if you can do me a favour by sharing the link I'm going to put in the description to his entry video and following him on Twitter if you need to at Rapid Scorpion, that would be very, very nice of you. And I hope you enjoyed today's episode. Bye for now. Hello everybody, and welcome to my 13th round of the Formula 1 World Championship career mode in Singapore. Probably the most difficult track on the calendar, and Fernando Alonso will be suffering some difficulties himself, as he's got a 10th place penalty, whereas I can only finish 14th in the practice. But now look at this for qualifying, 100% rain for Q2 and Q3, but now it's all about surviving the conditions as they're dry in Q1. Insofar I'm 14th, and I'm going to try and improve that to make sure I don't get eliminated early. And now I'm 4/10 down on my best time as I perform a little slide there. You can see some raindrops actually falling now, so I've got to get this lap clean or else that'll be the end of the session. And we're taking the hairpin left into the approach for the right-hander and sector 2. I've gained a little bit of time on myself, but I'm not quite there yet. And now through the final chicanes, there you go, right and left. It's 23 turns in this track, probably most frequent on the calendar. There you go, there's another very difficult left, but it's easy in fourth gear. And there we go, I've improved by 1/10 of a second, 1.5 tenths. So I'm in 13th for the next session. So my rival for the World Championship is now Paul Di Resta. I want to beat him to secure 12th position in the drivers table. So he needs to book up his ideas if he's going to beat me. But now let's advance to this unbelievably wet session. I won't bore you the entire lap, but it's absolutely ridiculous how wet it is. And there you go, I'm entering the first chicane. I can't take it in the fourth gear like I usually do, and then into the turn 2, and now I have to avoid the curb. Now finish the lap. It's just absolutely ridiculous, and I was not very fast at all with a 1:53.7. Now I've got 2 cars behind me raring to go and improve their times, and I took that chicane fairly well, turning into the left, and it's Webber going top of the tables. He's right behind me, heading into the next turn. Oh, I've clipped the curve. I'm going wide and bang into the wall. Webber, and I've made contact and I've spun it. So I have to get that front wing repaired, and then it got just too wet. The Inters couldn't handle these conditions, and I am out of qualifying for definite now. You can just see the intermediates cannot cope, and I have wasted a glorious opportunity. Even if I would have tried my best, but I doubt I would have done it anyway. But it's just so difficult. You can see I have absolutely no hope, and I have to take the car to the pits, where I have to take 16th position on the grid. So my great run of qualifying ends here, with Paul Di Resta finishing 11th, and Mark Webber seemingly given another punishment for hitting me. I don't think it was his fault, but that's the way the ball bounced, I'm afraid. So there you go. Alonso and Webber penalised, with Rosberg and Vettel taking advantage. Hamilton 3rd, Raikkonen 4th, Perez completes the top 5. And you can see Webber's 14th, and Alonso is in 11th, I think. So now here we go. The 5 lights for the Singapore Grand Prix are about to glow and disappear, so we can go racing. And there we go. Gutierrez is on my inside. I'm on the hard compound, and now there's a Caterham coming through my middle there. I brake late, and there's a gap. Ricardo left the door wide open. It would have been a stupid move in real life, but it was there for the game. Now the Toro Rossos are both high on the track, and now being squeezed into the wall. A little bit of momentum lost there. There's Maldonado looking on my inside. You could hear a little wing crack. I don't know who was involved, but I certainly take a hit off the wall. Here's Danny Ricciardo and Grosjean ahead of me, wiggling. Ricardo blocks the inside rather recklessly, and he turns in on me. I hit the wall, and Ricardo as well. Oh, I used him as a bit of a brake barrier. Now he's onto the wide, the extra tarmac beyond the curb. I've taken Grosjean on the inside. Great move. And that puts me within one of the top 10. Oh, that's not a great corner, to be honest. Grosjean's got to run. Here we go. The Singapore sling, the infamous. Here we go. Oh, no. Contact. Wheel to wheel. And it's a penalty. I'm going to have to take a drive through for that. And that was certainly not my fault. It was a racing incident, but it's karma for what I did in Italy when I came onto the racing line and hit Rosberg after making a mistake. But that is a terrible, terrible moment. But we continue the lap, and I have to take my penalty within 3 laps. And now I'm absolutely frustrated. Maldonado will probably want to get through and chase Mark Webber while I have to take a penalty, but there's no point just taking it straight away. You have to spread these things out. Now into the under the bridge corner. I don't know if it has a name, but I don't think so. Now the hardest part of the lap is over, and now I can sort of concentrate on developing a rhythm, because you don't want to be caught by drivers to your left and right, like I did with Grosjean. So there we go. One lap of Singapore is complete, and now Di Resta is down to 10th place. Maldonado now overtakes me, and now here we go. One of the worst pit lanes, only second to Korea, I think. It's just so finicky. And now we take a breath for this penalty, and I'm going to fall all the way back down to last position on the grid. So all that momentum is gone. Just 0 to 0, I'm afraid. I let myself down in this Grand Prix, but it's all about just staying calm and hoping that something will happen. And we've got to just concentrate now. But I think there we go. There's the moment that I was looking for. The Toro Rossos collide just completely out of the blue. I missed my record button, and there you go. It's both Toro Rossos out. They've taken each other down, and Jean-Eric Vergne and Daniel Ricciardo have given me a huge lifeline. And now I have to follow the safety car in for one last time. Excuse me. Van der Garde is the man ahead of me, and you can see there's quite a gap there. Cars pitting. The cars have to pit. This was their scheduled stop, and now I'm going to gain a heck of a load of positions. You can see the rest of Maldonado are among that group, and it's Vettel, the leader of that group. A lot of cars going to be struggling to get out of the pits in time, and that puts me in 10th. So lo and behold, I have a hope again. But now it gets even better. Van der Garde pits, and all the other cars are heading in as well. And there we go. Hamilton's not going to beat me out of the pits. I lead the Singapore Grand Prix from dead last in just the space of a few laps. Well, it's Marcus Winkelhock sort of stuff here, and I'm leading the Singapore Grand Prix, and it is a genuine lead. My pit stop wasn't until lap 12, so now I've got to defend with all my honour here. You can see it doesn't take long for the World Championship contenders to catch me. Hamilton and Vettel are going to do everything they can to probe me and take their positions back, but I'm just so excited. This is a great run, and now it's a matter of just defending my lines. It's impossible to overtake here under most circumstances, and that could play into my hands. A little wiggle there, but now we take the final corner, down a gear and kissing the outside curb. And here comes Hamilton, use of DRS for the first time, but it's too little too late, and Vettel takes him cleanly. The AI failing to react in time there, so now Vettel is 1v1 with me. I've got my fuel saved for when I need it, but it is Sebastian Vettel all on his own with me, and we're going to take the big DRS zone now into the back straight before turn 4, and Vettel is going nowhere. I'm blocking the inside line. It was a little bit of a late call, but it was fair, and Vettel wiggles a little bit as he gets frustrated behind me. You can see the beautiful sound effects and scenery are a joy to behold in this track and this game. And there you go. Harman leads. Vettel, Alonso, Webber, Hamilton, Perez, Raikkonen, Rosberg, Grosjean, Massa complete the top 10. Ricciardo and Verne, as you saw, out, but Hulkenberg joined them sometime later. But now, lap 10, I've lost my concentration ever so slightly, just avoiding the wall. It's Fernando Alonso now in second place. The AI are just not able to cope being behind a slower car for the lead of the Grand Prix. And there we go now. I'm away, but Alonso is going to certainly think of a way past me. If anyone's going to do it, it's going to be the World Championship leader. Second gear for that right-hander. I'm doing very well on my previous lap. We're now about to cross the line. Alonso will get a run on me. And where's he going to go? I'm still on my old tyres. Where's all the cars behind me on the newer tyres? There was contact there. I heard something. And I believe it was Vettel on Alonso. As Alonso lost all his racing line and track position. So Vettel must have hit him in the back somewhere. I don't know for sure, but he's definitely lost time. And it's Mark Webber. The 3 men who've been penalised since Saturday are now in the top 3. Alonso now has DRS. He's going on the inside, but he brakes too late. And Webber takes him on the outside as well. So the AI are just completely lost. But I don't care. I'm still leading. And I need to hang on in there for as long as I can. My tyres are going to give up very soon. Now here comes Webber. This is where I lost my position to Grosjean and got a penalty. Alonso now, he's on Webber's tail. And they've lost even more time behind each other. I see a Mercedes in my mirror. So that gives me a little bit more chance to make a gap for myself. It's a crazy old situation here. And I'm away again. But now it's time to take the final complex of turns. Hamilton is third now. It's just so much action, I can't even describe it. But I do have to cut the video down for the benefit of the viewership. But now I decide to pit 1 lap earlier than scheduled, as I had just run out of all of my tyres. And Hamilton now leads. I saw Perez there, Raikkonen and Rosberg as well. There's the Red Bull crew coming out for Vettel, I believe. But now it's all about my pit stop. The Williams team need to get this absolutely spot on. You can see I'm going for the softer compound to try and keep up with the leaders. And there you go. Vettel is indeed pitting. He must have suffered damage behind Alonso. But I am down to 13th position. So I've lost a lot of time in the pits. You can see Charles Peake's going to have a go on me on my inside. I have to stay inside that white line. But there you go. I've been overtaken by the lead Caterham and Marussia cars. So basically I've just got to overtake them as soon as I can and get back into the points. That's all that matters this evening. I go down the inside. Jules Bianchi doesn't have a chance, and he was very generous to play by the rules and all that. He could have turned early and blocked me, but it's okay. I'm now in my pure objective, my minimum objective, which is 14th. And now Charles Peake is in the way, but he's got to be dispatched. I dive down the inside, and it's another clean move. It was reckless to a certain extent to preserve my tyres, but I had to do it. I had to dive down the inside. And now Di Resta is a long way away, but I have every reasonable chance of catching him. So now let's update with you the latest standings. It's Hamilton, Alonso, Webber, Raikkonen, Perez, Rosberg, Massa, Button, Gutierrez, Maldonado in the top 10. Sutil, Di Resta ahead of me, and Vettel all the way down there after suffering his damage. Now we're on to lap 17. Vettel is now behind me. I want to cross the line and get another good lap in. And oh no, I've hit the curb. I've hit the sort of pothole, and I've lost my front wing. What a disaster. It's all gone pot, and my championship points are gone for sure. Vettel has just put in the fastest lap, and I'm going to have to do a full lap without a front wing in a track that demands downforce. Vettel dives recklessly down my outside, and he's going to hit the wall again. Vettel, I don't know what he was doing, but he's hit the wall again, and he will join me in the pits for the second time. But now, it's all gone horribly wrong. From agony to ecstasy to agony again. I have to sit in the pits and I'm now dead last. So, well, what a contrast of fortunes I've had. I really should have survived that lap. I usually stayed away from that curve, but I had a really good run out of the corner. But then I kissed that pothole, and now I've got another penalty. It's Monaco-esque. I've crossed the line illegally as I hit the wall on the inside, and I crossed the line. But it's a rather harsh punishment to do the crime. But there you go. It's all gone. I'm now basically the last runner. And now, after taking my penalty, I've got to allow a race leader by, and his name is Lewis Hamilton. So Hamilton leads our Singapore Grand Prix, and we'll take the hairpin as usual. But now I've got to catch Max Chilton, as I'm going to try and survive the rest of this race on these tyres. And now here is the Briton, the aforementioned man. I now use DRS, but I don't brake in time. I was bang on the money in fairness, but Chilton survives that assault. But now we've got blue flags again. It's Fernando Alonso. In fact, he is now the second place driver, and I'm going to have to let him pass before the Singapore Sling. And how is he going to help? Because Chilton will have to surrender his track line as well to let Alonso through. So I see a potential advantage here, braking into this hairpin left, and now Chilton's going to get squeezed. There we go, look at this, it's an easy pass straight into 16th for me, and I'm slot behind Fernando Alonso. But now look who it is, it's Alonso, and he was at a standstill there, but I can't overtake him because I'll just get blue flagged. But a real scare for Fernando, and he was lucky to get away unscathed. As we now go just into the first sector, I had DRS, and you can see Jules Bianchi's just 6 seconds ahead of me. And I braked late. Oh, I lost my focus again. And goodbye to a part of my front wing. What a real upset there. Singapore is just so difficult. It doesn't matter how good you are. Singapore will make you squirrel. I make you squirm, that's what I should say. But now I have to let Mark Webber past. I'll leave it as late as I can in Singapore Sling. And my line is ruined. I've got more cars left by. I'm going to get marbles as I take the shortcuts. And I have to let this Mercedes past. And again, no. Oh dear goodness me. That was very unwise. Front wing is damaged even more. And my hopes of catching Bianchi are pretty much gone. Now I've got even more problems. The car is not going to be stable in the corners. I have to let the car. I can see the car that needs to get by with Chilton just behind. So what do? You have to stay on the racing line. As far as I'm aware, you can see more sliding and slipping. But it seems Chilton's going to get swallowed up by that McLaren that needs to get by. Lewis Hamilton has officially won the Grand Prix, and that was definitely a chance wasted for me. I survived Chilton's threats as he gets gobbled up again, but there you go. What could have been 15th position from a 16th position start, and Paul di Resta successfully claimed the 10th position needed to gain a World Championship point. So that was definitely my biggest heartbreak of the season. I was going to fluke something out of that race, but however much I was going to fluke, I'll never know. But there you go. It's Hamilton and Alonso beating Mark Webber to the accolades: Rosberg, Raikkonen, Perez, Massa, Button, Gutierrez and Di Resta. Vettel recovered to 11th place, Maldonado 12th, Sutil 13th, Bianchi 14th, and myself in 15th. Charles Pic and Max Chilton battled to the very end, and that was the end of that. Van der Garde came in 18th. Romain Grosjean, the other retirement. So Alonso loses out a little bit in the World Championship. He won't be too worried though, because Vettel is well and truly out, and he has a 17-point lead. But now you can see Paul di Resta gains another point on me, so I'll have to do very well in these final few Grand Prix. I think Gutierrez got more points for Sauber, so that should give them 6th in the Constructors. And it's all about the drawing board. I'll have to think about what to do next. And yeah, so round 14 will be the Korean Grand Prix, probably my least favourite of the new generation tracks. and we'll just have to feel better. Don't regret it too much. But it was a good performance from Maldonado. He gains a little bit on me in the teammate challenge data, but I'm going to reject these contracts from Caterham in Russia, since it would be dumb to do so. With all due respect, I'm very happy at Williams, and I am chasing success with the legendary team. So there we go. I hope you enjoyed this episode. It certainly wasn't my favourite. It was my own fault, but there you go. Thank you very much for watching. And don't forget about Rapid Scorpion. Thanks, guys.